Resentment is one of those things that if you don't address it, it gets in the way of intimacy. And whether you're with somebody now and you've just got a lot built up from the past, or there's some charge from something that's happened with somebody like a breakup or being cheated on, and you want to get that out of your body so you can manifest the right person or so you can drop in deeper with that other person. Um, Clearing resentments is the one thing that I think is necessary. It's what I do with my clients most oftentimes that actually moves the needle forward when a lot of people go to forgiveness first. And forgiveness is all good and great, but if you don't clear the resentments, it'll slowly eat at your heart, even though you're holding resentment about them. It's a weird thing. So in this video, I'm going to share a complete A to Z how to do resentment clearing. This is if you're single and working with somebody in your past, or you're in a partnership now and you want to do this with your partner. Again, this is the modality, the template, if you will, that I've given my one-on-one clients, the couples that I've worked with to go off and do on their own. So I haven't even needed to be there. I share basically what I'm about to share with you, and it's like night and day. Like marriages of 20 plus years are all of a sudden rinsed and it just feels new. And everybody, all their friends are like, what happened? Y'all are different. It's mind blowing what happens when you can actually clear all the little cuts from the past or all the big things that have happened in the past. So you can actually see the person for who they are in front of you right now instead of holding the past against them. Right. And so resentment clearing is as much as setting yourself free as much as it is setting y'all free. And again, you can do this also if it's somebody from your past and you just want to let go of that charge so you can manifest what's right for you in something new and you're not stuck in that old charged energy because that frequency is going to be a vibrational match for that frequency and you're going to keep staying in the pattern and the lesson's going to repeat itself until you let go of the resentment towards that other person from the past. You ain't going to have space to hold what's meant for you. So let's dive into it. Forgiveness is a big part of this, and I don't want to skip over that. It's really important, but I talk about that in other videos. Okay. This video is just about resentment, and I think that that's almost more important than forgiveness, although it's kind of tied in. So the first bit is you want to make sure you set aside time for this. Do not rush this. If you're a couple doing this together, give yourself a solid 2, 3 hours. You may not even need that whole time. It may only take 45 minutes, but give yourself space because you might have makeup sex after. But you know what I mean? Like, don't feel rushed in this process at all. You want your nervous system to be relaxed so you can actually have the full conversation. All right. Tip number one. If you're doing this and you're solo, you're kind of closing your eyes and imagining a person in front of you. And whoever person, please don't dig up somebody from your past and try to force them to have this conversation. That's not going to help anybody. Um, this process is for you. I would really only recommend that you do this if the other person is really willing to do this with you, or you're a couple and y'all just are wanting to work through the past so you can deepen in your intimacy. Okay. So set aside a lot of time and a lot of space. Again, it may not only take about half the time if it's just you. If you're working with two people, obviously it'll take double the time. Set aside enough time. Do what you got to do. This is the conversation that's needed to be had. So treat it as such. The first thing you're going to do in that is a somatic drop in, which that just means get connected with yourself first and make a vow to yourself. Set the intention of I really just want to get it all out so I can really truly hit the reset button on our relationship because that's what happens on the other side of this. And again, if you're single, like what's the intention? Set the intention. Huge to set powerful intentions. Okay. And then you're going to connect with the other person or you're going to connect with their soul if you're doing this solo. So in whatever way you want to do, you can eye gaze, you can hold hands, you can repeat like, hey, we're on the same team. We're on the same team. Because trust me, there's many points in this where this can go south and this can get really bad if you're doing it with somebody who doesn't have the emotional intelligence or really true desire or hasn't seen this video. So please don't just watch this video and try to get them to do it. Both of y'all need to watch this video. Okay. That's really important because there's certain guidelines that I'm going to give that are important to know. So make sure all parties watch this video. Um, then person number one, whoever that wants to be, is going to start first and they're going to, with completion, to completion, get all of their resentments out. There's a part of you that's angry. There's a part of you that's bitter. There's a part of you that's resentful. That part of you needs to feel understood and seen somatically and even psychologically through parts work and other things. What that means is giving a platform to be witnessed and to let it out, even though, well, I know I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, or I know why they did XYZ, or I don't want to hurt their feelings, or all that stuff gets to be put aside because guess what? You're angry. Guess what? You have bitterness. And these things need to be witnessed and to just get out of your body. This is to free yourself. So you say all of the things and you let it rip to the point where you start losing control of yourself. Okay. I want the anger to speak angrily. I want you to like actually like, hey, when you did this thing that actually wasn't okay and that deeply hurt me. And if you're crying and sobbing and like that's a part of this process, you have to be in your emotions with it. You can't just bullet point logically, ain't gonna work. You can't filter this and try to think of the right thing to say and the right way to put it. You have to put aside trying to not hurt their feelings. Okay, if it's a soul, it's a little bit easier because they're not in front of you. If it's your partner, make the agreement when you're dropping in, like, I just want to love you. And this has been getting in the way, and I want to get all of it out so that all of me can be here with you. This is an act of love. This isn't an attack. And done in this way, it'll feel that, especially when you drop in somatically in that way. Now, person two, your job is to just hold the bucket. What does that mean? Imagine they're emotionally vomiting and you're just holding the bucket, holding their hair up above the toilet and then just letting them get it out. Obviously, listen to them, but don't direct the energy at you. Imagine it's directed into a bucket. It's going to help in your brain visualize it differently, even though it is about you, probably, and not at the same time. It's a whole nother conversation. Um, don't see it as an attack. Okay. Your rule is to not interrupt, not defend. All you can do is say, is there anything else? What else you got for me? Keep it coming. Because them getting this stuff out of their body is freeing all the ways in which they saw you through negatively. They interacted with you negatively. They nitpick on you. They just see the bad, whatever. All that stuff is going to go away when they get this out of their system. So see this as a good thing. All they need to do is express it. That's it. So what else? What else? What else? Keep it coming because I got the goodies on the other side of this, right? And in your mind, if it starts to get wonky and you start to get defensive and or you start to get contracted in your body, in your mind, just repeat, I love you and 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 I'm sorry and I love you and I'm sorry and I love you and I'm sorry and I love you. That's going to posture your heart to really be in this place because that can go really bad really fast if the receiver doesn't know how to hold space in that way. So that's the best tips that I've given for my clients. It's worked wonders. All right. um, and then you're going to switch. Now if you're doing this solo, you just kind of let it rip. Obviously their spirit is there to hold space and witness and let it rip to completion. Now here's how you know you're at completion real quick before you switch. You sense charge, but like a little bit of like completion. It's just spacious. All of a sudden, the energy won't be. It'll be like a little bit of peace. If you can't shake the anger, either you're not leaning into it all the way, or you're stuck in a shame story, and you got to let that go. The point of this is not to just get angry. The point of this is to get angry so you can let it go, to pour out your anger, not boil the pot. Okay, there's a massive difference. So this takes skill on both ends. You're expressing it to get it out of your body and to get it out of your somatic body and to get it out of your psyche. So that's it. And then again, you'll hit this point of completion. That's how you know to switch. And you might want a somatic drop in before you switch, but then it's just the same thing on the other side. Now, if you're doing this solo, when you hit that point of completion, you'll go to the next step. You obviously don't need to switch. So then the other person goes, you do that whole repeat again. If you need a somatic drop in to like clear the energy to be able to shift roles, like check in. Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? We ready? All right, let's go. Um, we're on the same team and I love you. And thank you for sharing. This is an opportunity for you to see the pain in your partner because the depth that you're able to meet each other there is like the roots for the top of the tree of the goods. You know what I mean? Um, and this is all repair. This is all a very beautiful process and thing. Then you're going to go into the truth is. The truth is, I love you. And the truth is, and the truth is, and this is the beautiful part. And so, person A or person one is going to go first, just like they went first with the clearing, and person two is going to go second. If it's just solo, you're just going to go straight into the truth. And you're going to pour in a higher truth, a bigger truth that's bigger beyond the resentment. And it's the truth is about love for the person, about the situation, about what you want, about all of the things. And then you're going to come together and um, you respect and honor yourself, you respect and honor the other person in whatever way you feel fit. And if you're a couple after this, somatic drop in again, that's going to be juicy. And then create new vows and rules for the relationship together. Here's what we're committing to. Actually, write it down, whatever that looks like. This is the vision of our relationship, or these are the non negotiables that we're going to operate under. These are the do's and don'ts that we're both agreeing to that I think are going to be good for the next season. Because if you don't go into the next season intentionally, you're going to slip back. You're going to find yourself with a bunch of resentments later on. Right. So this is what I can agree to. Yes, I'd love to agree to that. And both parties need to be a fuck yes to each quote unquote rule that y'all create for the relationship, standard that you create for the relationship. It's not to be one sided, and don't just say yes to agree. Okay. Say yes if it really lights you up. And if it's almost a yes, like what could we shift? Like have that be a running discussion, right? This whole process, what it does is it rips up the past and it creates a future. And when you do this, even solo, you're able to shift into forgiveness afterwards. You can even go into I forgive you for, I forgive myself for. You can even go into I forgive you for. The truth is, I love you because, and just go on a rant on all of those things. You can do that even as a couple. I forgot to say that. So the truth is, I forgive you for, I forgive myself for, I love you because, all great things. And not to just say it once, but like go on a rant for 2, 3 minutes. I love you because this. I love you because this. I love you because this. And again, no filter. Just let it roll. Speak from the heart. It's an exercise of really connecting with the rawness of what is. I'm telling you, this hits the reset button on relationships. I have seen marriages completely transform that were on the brink of divorce from doing this process. And it's this truth is going to be revealed. So I've also seen couples separate after doing this, and not with any charge, just like a revealing, like, whoa, that was needed. And now I see clearly. And now I don't have my anxious attachment trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. You know what I mean? And I've also seen single people do this process with people from their past, and all of a sudden, who they are attracted to and who they're attracting shifts. It's a big one. It's a good one. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you got any questions, and when you do this, how this was for you. Like I said, this one has been massively successful with my clients. Also, if you want to reach out about coaching, mentorship, anything like that, hit me on Instagram at the Heart Guy, and I do have some spots available at the moment that I'm recording this, but you're probably watching this whenever. Hit me up anyway. Who knows? I might have some openings. Because resentment clearing is just one of the many things that I do to change your nervous system's association to intimacy, and to kind of change the game of a relationship of what you are used to, and to create something completely new. So you can literally clear all the trauma and the stuff from the past and actually love in a way that's closer to unconditional love in a relationship. It's very rewarding. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's that. Resentment clearing, boom, just like that, cleared, and you'll sleep like an angel, and the next day you'll wake up and be like, I'm so much more attracted to that person. Or my partner, right? Whoa. Or you'll be like, wow, I'm not thinking about them all the time if this was single, right? Like it's just gonna shift. I look forward to that for you. Um, the treasure, what did Jordan Peterson say? The treasure you wish to that you seek is in the cave you fear to enter, type of a thing. This is a charged conversation. It's tough, but on the other side of it, when you're having that courage, there's a lot of freedom and a lot of peace and a lot of love. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.